So running these HDF heads and making the most of it, it's no secret that the downforce is going to play a factor. So if I set this down at preset number 2, see my current downforce is at typical. If I want to go heavier, the header will actually move a lot more. There'll be more range of travel, and it will flex better at the risk of pushing material, especially towards the end of the day when some moisture picks up out of the ground, soybean leaves get wet, etc. So that's where we would start to lighten this. What's less recognized and used is this advanced tuning. And that's where, if the difference between typical and heavy is too much, we want some in between, we can adjust that and make just small fine-tune adjustments to the total weight. We can also balance the head a little bit better. So in our area, what we've done is we actually like to run a little bit lighter on the wings. Lately, I've been starting heads at about 30% on the wings, and it doesn't change the total weight. That's still controlled up here. But what it does do is it shifts some of the weight from out on the wings over to the center of the head by doing what I've done here. If the center has a hard time, or that'll also help the center frame stay down on the ground and keep those wings from pushing. If you were to see the opposite, that's where you could go the other direction and put some weight down into these wings. So you can really fine tune, especially as you're going through the field, find the balance that works best for your conditions. I usually like to start at 40 or 30% on the wing versus the center balance, but you can even see this live. So if you look out at that wing on the head, if I go to the extremes, you'll see that this wing will start to pick up because there's so little weight way out on the end of that frame that will let that wing run really, really light, reduce that risk of pushing material. As I add more weight back down, it comes back down to the ground. So this is not something you should need to mess a lot with pre-harvest. Of course, do your calibrations, go through everything on the screen to make sure the sensors are reading correctly. But more so, once you get to the field, you want to make this head flex as much as possible without pushing anything. And that's where, as you're traveling along through the field, you can play with the weight setting as well as your weight distribution through this advanced tuning and really make the most of how this head performs.